Good evening, friends. Today I'm going to speak about one of the most important, the, a beautiful couplet which was written by Thiruvalluvar. I have seen this couplet in the bus while I was traveling in it. So I decided to speak about that. The couplet is like this. மோப்பக் குழையுமாம் அனிச்சம் முகம் திருந்தி நோக்குக் குழையுமாம் இருந்து. I think he has written all the 1330 couplets out of his only experience. Because according to my perception, I did not find any sensuous mistakes or that lyrical mistakes, because that is comes out of by his own experience. He lived for that. He experienced. I think many time he was insulted by the host. HOST, not GHOST. GHOST means host, evil spirit. HOST means the person who provide the boarding and lodgings to the guest. If I go to any man house, or if I go to my uncle house, means the uncle is host. HOST, host. I am a guest. The guest can release the things which was given by that and people. Very beautiful, wonderful couplet. மோப்பு குழையுமாம் அனிச்சம் முகம் திருந்தி நோக்கு குழையுமாம். Because I was experienced about this. I was concerned with this kind of experience. Suppose the guest is not give the warm welcome to us, and with a smiling face if he invite us, means we will suffer a lot in this world. In this world, how that a flower, if you plucked from that seed, if you plucked from the seed, if you sneeze its smell or smell its smell, that flower withered. But actually rest of all other flowers, if we keep in the morning, means they withered due to the temperature, due to the sunny days and sunlight, due to the time only make that flower is a withered one. But the Annicham, a kind of variety of flowers, if we sneeze the flower while it is in that plant, immediately that will withered, that will lose its beauty, lose its smell and fragrance. Like that, if any guest and comes to our house, if we are not offer or render that beautiful and wonderful greetings, and with a smiling face, if we are not invite them with a smiling face, means without a smiling face, without invitation, if we invite anybody, means they will suffer a lot. Whatever if you give that the best quality food, if you give that the dessert, whatever dessert if you provide, and the rare feast and dinner if you give, means that is waste. But with a smiling face, if you give that a glass of water, a vessel of water, that is more valuable than with a frowning face. If you provide even the elixir, that will become the poison. That things, if we go to any man house, suppose we are going to approach someone else, if we are not invited, and immediately instantly, just like how a woman invite her parents, her father, her mother, her brother, her sisters, if arrived, means that a woman of that house will get into that, run into the street to invite them, and also to carry the luggages, or at least and brought them with the hand inside. Such a beautiful, wonderful invitation is essential to make that guest happy in our house. If we if we stare at them or ignore them, if we give any disrespectable words, definitely they will suffer a lot. They will feel sad and unhappiness in their heart. So the guest is that more from this what we come across means the guest is more tender and more delicate and more soft than the Annicham flower. Annicham flower. If we if we smell that smell of that Annicham flower, that will immediately, instantly withered. If we ignore that guest, one who arrived into our house, their face also lose its happiness. They will get unhappiness in their life. So very good. What a wonderful and beautiful thing has been given. How we have to treat the guest, and how we treat our own brother and sisters. How we invite to our father and mother. The same manner we have to invite all the guests who come across, who call on our house and visit our house. That is more important than providing anything to anyone else. So the guest are and valuer is compare the guest is compared with that very delicate and tender and soft the flower Annicham, but I did not see that and flower that is most sensitive, the most and very sensitive, and as well as that the beautiful flowers the instantly with the fraction of second lose its beauty. But I have studied that one poem, the rose is that beauty and gardener is time. Like that like that rose is beauty, gardener is time. The rose here means it is a flower, that all the flower is only for beauty, that is not permanent, but a gardener and is that represent for that time and long time. Like this the guest is he the one English poet compare with that flower for beauty withered very soon, but the oldness and the gardener and he represent for that time. The first day the gardener was working that young buds of the flower and look at that gardener and shy about that. Um, that the flower did not like to that old man's come towards very close to that plant and flower. The same manner, and the next day is also why unnecessarily this old man, a very ugly man, entering to the gods. It's spoil my and beauty and many more. And that fourth day, that flower was on the flower, on the floor. Flower was on the floor. Uh, but the gardener is used to sweep the beautiful flower of that 3 days and the withered flowers and drop into the dustbin. So, and any delicate things is that temporary one, but any and rough and also very ugly thing is that it's a represent for that time, that is permanent things and immortal things. So in even our handsomeness, our beauty is not permanent, but our old and old age is that the permanent, and permanent we are moving towards that grave. We are not moving towards the heaven or hell, but we are moving towards the and grave, and also our crematorium, whatever it may be. We are maturing every day, ripen, very ripen that every day we are and shape our characters and behavior with our and experience. Like that, Thiruvallur is also sensitive to a lot of sad experience about in the issues of that the guest and that host. The guest is that whether it is richest man or poorest man. If anybody approaches their house means with a warm welcome, with that warm and wholeheartedly they have to first invite them, and with a smiling face is more important than providing anything. That the lovable words and the smiling words is and more important, more essential rather than that any desert derived from that any part of the world. Desert doesn't matter, food is doesn't matter, snacks is doesn't matter, fruits you are hosting, and that is not dining spread everything in that dining table doesn't matters, but the smelling words they strengthen the heart of the guest. A very good, nice and beautiful and wonderful couplet. Once again, I would like to repeat the same things. மோக்கு குழையுமாம் அனிச்சம் மோக்க மோக்கு குழையுமாம் அனிச்சம் முகம் திரிந்து நோக்கு குழையுமாம் விருந்து. So, hereafter, immediately, enthusiastically, with a smiling face, we have to greet and invite them to take them into our house with the smiling face, rather than providing any and delicious things to us. That is more important than very good, nice things. I hope you will receive your guest with a wholeheartedly, with a smiling face, instantly, immediately. We should not ignore them unless their face will wither like that Annicham flower, because that is their face is more, their heart is more tender, more soft than that Annicham flower. Thank you, friends, to sharing with this and the informations to share with you after long times. I think it is very useful informations to build the relationships, the real relationships. The fraternities is more important. You should not ignore them. Immediately, you have to invite them and also and treat them with the gentle with a smiling face rather than anything. Thank you so much. Bye.